morning, everybody. Have you got your ears in?
No, I've not. I don't listen to my music except on a Tuesday.
No, I was just wondering if you had your hearing aids in.
Oh yeah, I've got them in.
Right. And if you've got your ears in. 'Cause, you know, sometimes I say something, I say, what do you think, Sam? And then you're listening to your music. Anyway, good morning, everybody. So it is finally taking shape. At first I decided to just do a short story of one of the characters, an origin of one of the characters in this book that I've had for years. So I signed up for a free month on ChatGPT. And the thing is, a lot of people going on about AI and God knows whatever else, and you know, I do agree in what people are saying, but I do think it helps. I have an idea, but I don't know how to get it on paper properly that people would want to read. So you know, the hardest part is not the descriptions, you know, the place where the character is or anything like that, but when it comes to conversations, he said, she said, they said, you know, the subtle oh, why couldn't you just wait? I was committed. Well, that's how people think. No, that's wrong. No, do not be like everybody else, because that's how people think. Well, if I hit your car, it's your fault, you idiot. Anyway, so I signed up for this free month on ChatGPT, and I decided to write this short story, an origins of one of the characters, and I asked, or I've been trying to work out, if I publish it, could I have any issues because I used AI? And the answer is short. Well, it's complicated, but the short answer is no, there isn't a problem as long as it's your writing, your words. It might have been altered by AI to suit an audience, but it's still your idea. You're not saying to, because this is what I'm not doing, I'm not saying to ChatGPT, right, can you write me a chapter? This is an example is a meal in McDonald's. Can you just write a chapter where two people are in McDonald's having a meal? No, I've actually written what I want in detail, the conversation, how I want the conversation to go, but it's in my words, my language, and it wouldn't read right. If you read it, you'd think, oh God, this is stupid. You know, he said, she said, that said, you know. Whereas when you put it through ChatGPT, there are subtle changes. It's still my word, still my idea, but there are subtle changes. You know, it's hard to explain, but it's, as I say, it's still my idea. Anyway, so I was looking into it, and he says as long as it's your idea, your words, maybe altered, but your words, there's not an issue. Just make sure that you're not copying stuff, because the downside is, and this is why I want to get my book idea in some form. I had this idea as a child, and it has evolved. And when I say child, this is when I lived in Inkerman Street in Wolverhampton, and I was probably about 6 years old. So it was the main character is a comfort blanket for me. Life was shit. I'm going to put it bluntly. It was shit. It was hard. I didn't have a good childhood at all. So this character was like an escapism, and everybody does it. You know, it's why, I don't know, I presume it's why, you know, the characters like Spider-Man, not Superman necessarily, but certainly Spider-Man, a geek, someone who's been bullied and God knows whatever else, but has these superpowers. Well, that's how people like me as a child would think, I want superpowers, I'm sick of being bullied. And that's basically what this character is. He is a superhuman being, and it's evolved. and it has a lot of my traits in. So I started writing the story in one way, and it's, as I say, it has evolved, but I'm going to keep each iteration of the story within the story, because the main storyline is a trolley experiment. That is the actual main storyline. You know, if you don't know what it is, it's a thought experiment. I don't know why they call it trolley. You've got a train hurtling down a track, and I'll make it a bit simpler because sometimes you can overthink things, but it's hurtling down a track and you are by a lever, and you have got one person who is on the line, and then you've got 10 person on the other line, and you are by a lever. And if you pull that lever, the train will go to the single person. If you leave it, it'll go to the group of people. What do? Do you actively kill someone to save more, or do you not do anything and save one? Is that right?
Yeah.
That sort of thing. It is that sort of thing. And the idea behind that thought experiment is, what would you do in an impossible situation? You're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. And that's basically what his dilemma is. You have all this. He's pretty much all powerful. I mean, bloody hell. That's how shit my life was. It had to become all powerful. And if you are that kind of person, all powerful, and you can change things, would you? Or would you keep things how they are, without revealing too much of the story? Because something like this, because this is where copyright comes into it, something like this vlog that I'm doing, talking about the book, and I have talked about it a few times, is my way of having some form of copyright protection. Because one of the things they said was email it to yourself, because in the old days you'd write something or draw something or whatever, and you would post it to yourself as a form of copyright, because that way if somebody copies your idea, then at least you've got a way of proving, a stamped dated way of proving, well actually no, there you go, I wrote this. You don't open, in the old days you wouldn't open the envelope, you keep it sealed, and that way it's a way of proving you could date the thing. It's not infallible, but it's a way of proving. So I've emailed drafts and stuff like that, because that's another thing as well, having drafts of the story, different iterations and whatever, the subtle tweaks, you email them to yourself just to show. So, you know, but where the copyright is concerned, it's because, as I say, there were a lot of ideas that I had that have actually been shown on films, TV, and God knows whatever else. And I even watched Stargate Atlantis, and I thought, bloody hell, because I didn't even realise one of the characters, or a group of characters, were exactly like, or almost exactly like, one of my characters, the character in my short story, the origin. But the origin is obviously different. It's not the same, but in a way it is, and it's bloody annoying. So I wanted to get it on paper, or on some form of media. Now my thought is, do I publish this? No, I don't think I would. I don't think it's good enough. I mean, but then again, people say that about themselves. I bet you M. Night Shyamalan sat there and thought, this is a bloody good book. But would people want to read it? Is it silly? Is it stupid? And then, you know, he got a film out of it. But no, I don't think people would read it. But I might set up a YouTube channel, and I asked about this as well, set up a YouTube channel to publish the book, have an AI reader reading the book and using AI to generate images to sort of illustrate the book, or what's going on. I wanted to go in that way. I can get to where I'm going this way. Do you know, the other day I was trying to get to a place and I could not think for the life of me. And if you've watched my channel, you will know I get confused on these streets, and I've done it for years. It's because they are similar in direction, and I always forget which one goes where, and I could not for the life of me remember how to get to this street. I even went a completely wrong way. Right, where's this clown going? Is he wanting to carry on round? I'm going to assume he is. No, why was he indicating?
It was indicating to make sure that people knew he was going around that side and around here.
Yeah, but he was indicating to go down there. Yeah. He's going to go straight in front of me. You fucking prick. I mean, I don't know whether you could hear that, people, but I was actually indicating to say I was going down here. I was in my lane, and he decided, no, I mean, look where he is. He's even on the opposite side of the road. Even in this lane, he'd be bloody wrong. Cheese and spice, what is wrong with people? Where was I?
I am wearing my hearing aids.
Sorry. Where was I? I'm sitting in the van. Yeah, characters matching. So yeah, that's why I want to get it on paper or some form of media, because you know, I just want to get my story out there. YouTube, that's where I was. So I was thinking of using YouTube. Can I use YouTube to tell the story? And I thought what I'll do is I'll test it. I'm not going to tell anybody what channel it's on. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, I don't know. I'll probably change my mind and say, yeah, go and have a look. But it's going to be under a pseudonym, and I think the channel will be just called The Book's Name. I don't know, and I'll just put it out there and just see what happens. The only thing that I was informed, not told, because obviously I was doing research online, the only thing I was informed is if you use AI on YouTube, you've got to make sure it's not repetitive AI, not the AI slop that's out there right now, because that's all there is. There's a lot of AI slop, and the thing is, this is the annoying side of AI now. I'm kind of digressing from the story of the book. See, I've gone the wrong way. I've actually gone the wrong way. Because that car threw me. I've gone the wrong way. Ah! Yeah, I know. Just look at them, they're all just die. I mean, he's had his brake. I rarely use my brakes. I don't need to. But look at that. He's constantly on his brake because he's so close to the car in front. What a twat. So, yeah, the downside of AI, I like AI, I like it can help and what have you in certain tasks. I don't like the idea that it can take things away, but then, you know, in the old days you'd have a hoe to cut grass, and nowadays you've got a strimmer and lawnmower. Has that really took a job from someone? No, it's just changed it. Somebody's got to program that AI to use a robotic lawnmower, alright, things like that, but can take away jobs and whatever. You got far, didn't you twat? But as I say, I like the way it can assist you, not do the work for you, but assist you, and that's basically what it's doing for me. But I do see it online, the AI slop, and it does annoy me because you know, sometimes you can't tell, is this AI, is this not AI, is this real? I mean, I was watching one of these, I can't believe this actually happened on YouTube things, because sometimes I just watch brain rot videos like that, and one of them was, I can't remember the singer. She was on stage and somebody was vomiting all over, and I thought, that's AI, why would somebody do that, what is that all about? And it turns out it was actually true. It actually happened. What a disturbing thing to do. Apparently it's art. Really? That's not art, that's disturbing. The world's fucked, I'm telling you. Anyway, I also was watching about Highland coups, because I love Highland coups. And I don't know, there seems to be a thing now. It's like, you know, it's like repetitive coincidence. I don't know, there's a sort of I don't know what you call it. Coincidence? No, not coincidence. You know, like deja vu and stuff like that. There's certain things that happen, and you know, you get a car and then all of a sudden you see them, there's a name for it, and that's basically what it is. It's like, I love Highland cows, and now I'm seeing it everywhere. Everybody loves Highland cows, because I never realised how cute they were. Anyway, so I was watching this little video, and it was about miniature Highland cows, and they are really cute, and the majority were real, you could tell, but then the thumbnail was AI, and there was no false the scams, and one of the scams I was reading about were these puppy dogs, and they are apparently made in some foreign country, and they are AI driven. The car behind me, the white one that's coming beside me, they were going to try and overtake, and it wouldn't have got far. What does happen is that some idiot on YouTube will buy one to say, oh, let's see if this is, and they're not cheap. The scary one is it was more informative, and it was to show like elderly people, and you had somebody say, I'm not AI, I'm a real person, and then you have another version saying, I am AI, I am not a real person, but I want to sell you this, what have you. But as I say, there are benefits of AI, and then there are downsides of AI. You know, I've used it in the past to not design my website, but to rewrite. It's all my words that sound, it has subtle tweaks. I won't say spelling mistake, check spelling mistakes, because yeah, ChatGPT will have spelling mistakes, because yeah, that's the thing, if you totally rely on it like that, you're going to mess up, it's going to go wrong. And the reason being is because even while writing my book, I've seen it where ChatGPT has written stuff, and it's almost like contradicted what's supposed to be said, or it's got something wrong that's supposed to be said, and you know, I've had to alter it, and it's kept that. It's not noticed it, because obviously I used to throw it through ChatGPT a few times when I do edits and stuff like that, and it doesn't pick up on that particular edit, but it does pick up on my edits. But yeah, there's a good side to it. So yeah, I'm at my job now. I think I will be using YouTube to publish it, and again, my only fear is that somebody does use the story and doesn't put my name to it. It has happened before. You know, I've published photos and stuff, and people have used them without my permission, or even without just some sort of acknowledgement. Well, this is my story. This is, you know, they've got praise for it, and that's the thing. I don't want that. I don't want these people to get praise for it. It's my story. Right. How's it going to go? I'm going to go and do some work. This job, if you're interested, it's only a little bit of pruning. When we book work in, we think to ourselves, right, because you know what it's like. Oh, while you're here, could you just? So I've put this down as a half day, and the chances are we're going to be here for an hour, maybe 2. So I'll show you the job we did last time. Right, so hang on. Your phone is overheating. Press here to apply whatever. Why can't you just do it automatically? So that part of the hedge was done already, and for whatever reason they didn't do this hedge. So this is what we did. We did this part of the hedge. It was very overgrown, very tall, and we reduced it and tidied it up. And round the back are some trees that need pruning, only light pruning, because he likes the privacy and what have you. So, but when we booked this in, it was from the gate there all the way along the side, the top and the other side. When I booked it in, I said, right, you're probably looking at about half a day, and I told him half a day's price, what we charge for half a day. It took us probably about 2.5 hours, if that. So I lowered the price, because that's what we do. We don't, I don't want to rip somebody off, but it doesn't matter. It just means we go home early, but it just costs us, what, 50 quid or something like that, because we've gone home early. But I don't mind. This time of year, I like the rest. So anyway, I'm going to get to work. Who's that ugly sod? See you in another life, brother.